Hey guys, little video before the summer break. So I thought that it's a perfect video to share with you how to plan and prepare everything needed for such a tank to run smoothly without any maintenance, without any help or support out of what can run automatically. And the first aspect I use to set up, this is what you can already see here, what you can see here, and another third webcam that you can't see right now, but I will show you what you can get access with. It is the monitoring aspect. So of course it's working with a smartphone app out of your Wi-Fi. Inside your home it will use a Wi-Fi directly, but it's working as well out of your home when you are abroad, for example. Typically you can take some screenshots and you can even record some video. You have different options on the market. What you can see, this is a home camera system. You have even different applications to use them, especially this one can in fact zoom and change the orientation if you have the proper application to do so. The first, I don't know if you can try to see what kind of L catfish it is. The first webcam, this is dedicated to L catfish. The second one, this is dedicated to monitor the sump, and the most important part, this is wallpaper system. How here the paper is running out of it, if it's a line, if it's a bit dirty, and if it's fine, I would say. And the other aspect that I use to check, this is here, if the water level is correct. If I don't see any more water remotely, I can activate the auto top off pump to fulfill the sump. If here I can see that thanks to the monitoring also of Mi Home application, if I see, for example, that due to a wrong programming, a wrong automation, the paper is not running properly, then remotely I can activate the paper and reactivate the filter. For example, after that, this is here, the third camera, this is a global monitoring of the tank. And this is to check the best indicator of your good water quality, the fish themselves. If anyhow something is really going wrong, then I can ask somebody else having the keys to come here and maybe to do a little intervention on the tank. So you can ask for different quality of the video, of the stream. But this is also nice to get an overview about the lighting. Of course it is programmable. Currently this is aquarium FS for full spectrum 1200 for 1.20 m. It's the last lamp that I bought. It's quite interesting, really a lot of advantages, especially in comparison to here the Shiro WRGB2 120 for 1.20 m that most of people know, and really I'm very happy to have moved to this one for many reasons that I already detailed on other video, but maybe I can do again another review in September, for example. So first aspect, to monitor your tank, very important. Even if you are not here, it is important to maybe solve remotely when you have such an automatic system accessible from outside your apartment, but especially if you have some neighbors, friends, or even family relatives who could come and help to solve an issue. It could, in some cases, save your fishes, so keep in mind to have a look times 2 times, very important. And that kind of webcam, in fact, already proved to work in an indirect way. In fact, once we were abroad and I were trying to check here the different webcam and it wasn't possible, so I found out, having a look on the Mi Home application, giving no information as well, that the power was done and you don't have so much time with, as you can see, a closed tank to react without light, even if you have some plant during the night, for example, you could have an issue with this water, very sweet water, I would say. The pH due to CO2 acidos can drop, and you can have a very bad issue the following day. So monitoring, even when you don't get an info, this is an info, something wrong is going on. After that, I don't know if you checked, but on the webcam I can zoom and I can remotely have an indication of the pH. You would be surprised, what? 7.5, what's going on? In fact, this is also an aspect that you have to anticipate. This is, you are not here anymore to check your pH and to counter an acidos, for example. So you have to buffer a bit more your water, and I've done it in the water change: 200 liters of reverse osmosis water and 100 liters of tap water with a lot of mineral in it, meaning that thanks to the aeration of the tank and the streaming everywhere, you have the pH very high. You have KH of maybe 2, 3, 4, and this is enough to get such kind of pH, I would say. So pH high is not fitting to this fish. Yes and no. They don't bother. They could swim. They could have no issue, I would say. It's not ideal if you wish some reproduction to breed such kind of fish, especially the wild, the F0 discus. Forget it with tap water. You really need to get a water with conductivity very low and very few minerals. But it's better to be there. Otherwise, you will have a pH to 4, for example, or even under 4. And after that, remotely on your monitor, you can just see your fish having some issue with such kind of acidic water. That's all. So, the first aspect, this is the monitoring of your tank. The second aspect we already talked about, this is to prepare the water for the next weeks. Of course, you have to set up the filter properly. Haha, I can show you directly here without opening the sump. You see, it's a lot of paper. This is 100 meter of paper. Even if discus are very dirty and generating a lot of waste, such kind of paper can run 5 months, 6 months without any maintenance. So it's fine for the next weeks, of course. And after that, out of the filter, you have the auto top off that we will see from the other side of the tank, and you have to get kind of buffer water for your pH. So this is the two aspects: monitoring, preparing the water. After that, you have the food in your tank. As you can see, I set up here the little L-cat fish. Alors, this is a baby L-cat fish. You see, we do have some very small, 15, 20 of this one, and we have 15 from teenager, I would say, that you maybe can see a bit inside, not so much. They just get some food, currently accumulating there, with a lot of aeration, as you can see, and here, water exchange with the rest of the tank. This is some other juvenile, and you can enjoy one kind of L-cat fish. This is 236 RB line. Back to the youngs. You can see this footer automat from Eheim. It's a sample one. Yeah, basic one that most of the competitors used to propose with one container rotating, and it is full largely for the next weeks as well. For the discus, I won't be there to feed them with some frozen food, so it will be just dry food. And typically this is an example why I used to all the time also complement the frozen food with some dry food, because when you are not here anymore, they have to be used to this food. This is some pellet, in theory just for the L-cat fish, but the discus takes them a lot. And here this is a mixed. Well, let me check the lamp. This is a mix of wild red color. You have some curry, and you have some green, and you have some complement for immune system. So you have 4 or 5 different food mixed here. Full, this is a AIM duo system, and you can program up to 3 times from here and 3 times from here per day. And this is to fulfill, thanks to somebody nice enough to come and to take this food times to fulfill the footer, the feeder, automatic feeder. So you have the food now, and just to show you, here this is a 50 liter of water ready to top off the evaporation impacting the sump water level. Other than that, I would say, I think, I hope, cross finger, we are ready for a few weeks of not being here. And even if they are betting currently to get some food, somehow they do appreciate as well to get a little piece and to not have somebody all the time in the tank trying to mix and change some stuff. The only little worry that I would have, this is here, if the hellcat fish start to breed typically and the young come in the tank, I think it will be some little living food. You have an example, this is the food of the hellcat fish. Well, the little swimming circle is not very useful. With this one, it's more for the other food that it stay here in the middle and just go down in the water instead of going directly on the overflow to the sump. So, by the way, that's all for the day. Sorry for the long video. I tried to go a bit fast, but I would like to just show you that fish keeping is not necessarily something an hobby sticking you at home. With a little bit of plan and research and also build, most of the time did it yourself, you can set up something running smoothly. Here the tank is bare bone, okay, you don't have any plant and so on. A complete tank, a more normal tank, would even be easier to run by himself because the ecosystem would be more stable. This is my choice, it's a temporary choice, don't worry, it's not at all a natural decoration that I do like, it's a temporary one. This is to keep the tank clean until that I return from summer break and that I start to establish a very nice decoration that you will see in the next videos, next month, I hope so. That's all for the day, hope everything is going fine at your place. I wish that you can take a summer break as well, that you can enjoy it with your fish or without your fish, with your family, friends or whoever, also by yourself, if it's cool as well. And that's all, I would say. See you next time. Ciao guys.